Type how to learn video production into Google and you get 2.2 billion, yes, that's billion with a B, results. Not as many as how to learn coding at 5.5 billion, but way more than how to learn knitting at less than 500 million. Now, I would imagine that when it comes to knitting, coding, or video, at least a few million of those sources are free. And yet every year, people flock to paid courses to learn all kinds of things. Why? Because when you love something, you invest yourself in it. I can't begin to tell you how much I've invested in my business over the years. Skills like video, AdWords, copywriting, course creation, personal development. And money is the smallest part of it. It's the time and energy and the love you give to that thing. It grinds off the sharp edges that keep you from expressing who you really are, and in the case of your business, what you really offer. The thing is, whether to take an online course or not is a tough decision. Fortunately, you can make the decision about taking that course a lot less stressful, and not just for video. Today, on The Visible Authority, how do you decide how you're going to learn? Let's enter the land of online learning where nothing can go wrong. Ready to change your life? That's what all of us course creators say. Let's look into this exploding area and see if we can keep it from exploding all over you. Number one, the curious case of free courses. If you're just getting started, a free course that gives you a taste of the real thing could be just what you need. However, once you're committed, continuing with the free takes you down a twisty road of dead ends and cul-de-sacs that slow your learning at best. It can also build a negative mindset about the value that you plan on bringing into the world. Would you jump out of an airplane with an instructor who refused payment? I'm not feeling very good. I just got dumped. Okay, let's jump out of an airplane. Where do you put trust in that situation? Number two, watch how the teacher uses what they teach. If you can't find their work anywhere other than inside their course, it means someone else is running the show. When it comes to business, I've learned that it's only by practicing those skills in the real world that you come to understand what resonates and the shortcuts that work or don't work. Number three, feedback. Imagine being an astronaut on the way to the moon. You've just left Earth orbit and you do the 32-second rocket burn and say, okay, self, 200,000 miles to go. And you never do a single course correction. Guess where you end up? Who knows, but it won't be the moon. That's how it works in a course. You take a course because you don't know what you don't know, and if you don't ever get any feedback, you don't get the course correction and you don't get the skill. And this has nothing to do with how much you paid for it. I recently took a $3,000 course where you were only allowed to ask one question. Talk about the dark side of the moon. Get feedback, which may be the only real drawback of the free course. Now, the last three criteria have more to do with you. So number four, trust your gut. Sometimes it's easy. The course is designed to teach something other than what you thought, or the site is disorganized, or the teaser is so poorly done that you don't have to think about it. But sometimes it's not so easy to know. Now, this may sound bizarre, but our brains pick up on a lot of things that our senses often miss. That can get translated into an uneasy feeling that hasn't made it all the way up to thought. Now, we now know that we make decisions about 6 seconds before we're aware of it. So you can tune into that feeling and follow it. Trust your gut. Now let's look at actually taking the course. Number five, persist. No one gets anywhere by jumping into a car, turning it on, and never putting any pressure on the gas pedal. The ones who make it are the ones who most teachers would call pests. But those students become stars. They end up doing things you might never have thought possible, like Jeff, who took a free course at Visible Authority and now shoots world-class green screen videos with an older iPhone. That's like winning the US Open with a tennis racket that you got at Toys R Us. But he asked more questions than almost anyone I've ever taught. That's someone who knows what he's here to do. Which leads us to the final criteria. Number 6, be in the moment while you're learning. Everything in the world is designed to take you off your path, from pandemics and riots to your cup of coffee getting cold. It's amazing anyone gets anything done, ever. The ones who do are comfortable in their own skin and don't get disturbed by someone telling them that they aren't enough. They put one foot in front of the other, carefully investing in a vision that ultimately will become visible to the rest of the world. Be in the moment. So, there you go. 6 quick tips on how to approach your next online course. And at the risk of sounding self-serving, if you're starting to consider video, we have a free course for beginners on mastering a number of different kinds of cameras. You may find it as helpful as Jeff found his free training. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on the Visible Authority.